Hello everyone, I hope you are well, and in this video I just want to do a quick update, let you in on how I'm doing work-wise as well as in my personal life, and also give you a Sunday day in the life video where you can just hang out with me, see what I'm up to this week, and understand exactly what I mean when I talk about how it's not just important to cultivate a rich life in your career, but also in your personal life as well. I can't say that I'm perfect at doing this. I'm still learning how to live life to the fullest every day. And it's something that I'm very intentional about trying to create, but I'm not always great at it. And there are some days where I've spent way too much time on social media instead of living my life. And at the end of those days, I do kind of regret it. But today I tried to be really intentional about getting outside, appreciating the things around me, spending time with my loved ones, with my plant babies, with my cat. Earlier, I spent some time with my boyfriend and we ate a nice brunch together. And I think one reason I try to make sure that my Sundays and my weekends in general are pretty calm is because sometimes during the weekdays, with work, it can get pretty stressful. So I really do try hard to disconnect from all of the stressful aspects of work on the weekends so that I can get that peace, level set with myself, and just make sure that I get that balance between hectic and stressful energy and more calm and peaceful energy. As a way to manage stress, I love spending time with my cat Sterling. I truly believe in pet therapy, and I think cats are such a pure example of what it means to truly live life in the moment and not worry about the past and the future. I have been trying to read lately because I've always been a big fan of reading ever since I was a little girl, but unfortunately these days I have been feeling a little bit too much anxiety to even feel settled enough to get through one chapter of a book at a time. So that's been a little bit frustrating because I want to read, but it's like my mind won't slow down enough to allow me that. But a pastime that I did recently start doing is puzzles. This is kind of an ode to the time before technology, and my mom and aunt always used to do puzzles when I was growing up. So I decided to ask my mom if she had any that I could borrow, and she did. So that's one thing that's really been keeping me off of social media for a little bit, and something to keep me busy, keep my mind light, and it gives me something else to do when I'm feeling anxious outside of scrolling on social media. For me, this is a recipe for disaster. And also, I don't really think going on social media has been super beneficial for me these days because I've been in a very self-critical place. It's so unproductive and we're all so unique. So I try to remind myself of that, and I'm not perfect. I never will be perfect, and no one else is either. And that's totally okay because that's what makes us interesting. One challenge that I've been struggling with at work lately is making sure that I can complete my projects within a certain time frame while also getting all of the input necessary from people on my team. Because of course, when you're working within a team, everyone's input is important and should be taken under consideration. The only challenge with this is if other folks are busy and they're not able to review your project within a time frame that you think would be best for you, it can leave you a little bit stressed, and that's what's been happening for me. I just have some worries that maybe I won't be able to complete my project in the allotted time frame, given that I haven't heard back from certain stakeholders yet. But when I'm having stressful experiences with work, I have to just remind myself to slow down, breathe, and that everything is most likely going to be quite all right. But I do have a really cool work-related update to share. Last week, I presented at an event, and it was the first time I was in front of a crowd or, doing any type of presentation since the pandemic happened. I presented for a new class of fellows through the fellowship program that I used to be a part of, and I was just so happy that they brought me back and they thought that I had some values to share and information that could be really helpful for the new fellows. And doing this event just really made me feel invigorated, excited, and I really do look forward to when things get better and we can go back in person and just start to connect with each other again. I do have to say, even outside of work, I have been experiencing more anxiety than usual. I also have been experiencing some social anxiety as well. Even though I said I did enjoy presenting at the event last week, I don't think I was too anxious during the event because I was in an environment that I trusted and I knew had good intentions for me. But just generally, when I am going to the grocery store, walking in very populated areas, I do feel a sense of uncertainty and unease. And I think it's just because, over the past 18 months, I really have not been connecting with strangers the way I used to. We've all been through a very tumultuous past year and a half, so please don't be hard on yourself as you adjust to a more normal life and settle into the routines that maybe you had before the pandemic happened. Be gentle with yourself and just be understanding with the fact that we're all going to have a bit of a struggle and it's okay. One thing that I've been doing lately to decrease anxiety is yoga. So recently I started back visiting my local yoga studio and it's been a great time overall. I really like to do group exercise because it's inspiring and it encourages me to keep going even when I'm super tired and just ready to give up. Something else that has really been keeping me healthy mentally and physically is getting outdoors. I talk to you all so much about how important this is. It keeps you active, it keeps you healthy, it keeps your mind clear, and it just connects you with nature, which I think we all need from time to time. I've been taking my outdoor walks, and even as the weather gets cooler, I'm still challenging myself to get outside and to get my daily walks in. I know it can be so easy to just stay locked up indoors during the winter time, but if you prepare and you dress in warm clothing, it's totally possible to stay active and get outdoors during the colder months. It's not as bad as you think it would be because once you start moving, your body will warm up naturally. And if you follow me on Instagram, you may have realized that lately I haven't really been that active. And it's not because I don't want to connect with you all, because I really do, but in a way that feels genuine to me, which is why I love posting YouTube videos. One thing I feel sometimes on Instagram and social media is that people are trying to sell some kind of lifestyle or get people to believe that if they follow whatever they're doing, they can find happiness and success. And I admit that maybe I'm guilty of this sometimes also. I think this is a very big part of influencer culture, and it's not always a bad thing. Drawing inspiration from others can be very positive, but I never want to make people feel that in order to be happy or to find joy, you have to have a certain lifestyle or you have to have met certain levels of success. Because I truly want people to know and to understand that they can find joy and pleasure no matter what stage of life they're in. Even if you're still in school or you're struggling in your career, I want you to know that there are still ways to find peace and joy in your life. Like many of us, sometimes I feel that I can't truly experience happiness until I get to that ultimate place that I dream of being, until I reach all of the milestones that I have. But this is all a facade, and it gets in the way of you doing the work now, doing the work today to discover what truly makes you happy. Doing that internal work is never easy, but it's worth it. And spending time with myself, being alone, doing internal work is something I really focused on this Sunday, and I'm so happy I was able to bring you along on that journey. I had such a peaceful day, and it truly prepared me mentally for the work week ahead. Please leave a comment and let me know what you all do to recenter and create a holistic life for yourself. Let me know if you like this style of video. I know it's a little different from what I usually do, but I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in my next video. Talk to you soon.